Hey there, and welcome to WTMK Live, your holistic health and unconventional foodie destination. And in today's show, we're going to talk about 3 tips that will give you real, sustained weight loss and weight management. So if that's something that you are interested in boy, I can talk, then this show is exactly the one you need to be watching. And if you know anybody else who is interested in having real weight loss, the kind that stays with you for your lifetime, then please make sure you share this video out. And as you're joining in, please make sure that you say hello. And if you are new to my broadcast, please type in new so that I can give you a super special shout out, because I love welcoming new viewers. So, oh my goodness, I've got all kinds of people in here already. Welcome in, everyone. I see Denise, Yvonne, and Kathy. Oh my goodness, my girlfriend Kathy. We have got to get together, girlfriend. And thank you again so much for taking care of my kitties when we were away on vacation, because they certainly loved having you come over and take care of them. Okay, so the reason what we're going to talk about today is why diets don't work. Okay, so that's the very first place you need to talk about. So diets don't work because, number one, not every diet is for every person. You know, what one food is great and very nutritious for one person could kill somebody else. So nutrition and diet are completely personal, which is exactly why my motto is that it's not just about the food, it's personal, because it's not just about what you eat, it's about all of the things in your life, but it is also about what you eat, because what one thing is nourishing for you could be not nourishing for someone else. So that's why I have that motto. So let's dive into the tips, shall we, today? So tip number 1 is ditch the diet. So why do I say that? Well, if you're like me, the word diet is like just another 4-letter word, right? And nobody likes those 4-letter words. So to me, the word diet, like, you know, I've struggled with my weight pretty much all of my life, and I'm sure that plenty of you can relate to that. So if you do relate to that, put a 1 in the comments for me. So if that's what is normal for you, to have that roller coaster, to, you know, lose weight, then gain it back, and then lose it again. That's why the word diet has such a negative connotation, why it feels like it's so restrictive. You have to eat all kinds of food that is just not appealing to you, and that's another reason why you can't stick with it. So that's why I say ditch the diet. Don't diet anymore. The reason for that is because the word diet is so negative. Research appropriate diet for yourself. It's non-negotiable that the food out there is horrible. I totally agree, Keenan. Hey, Candace. Hey, Deanna. Welcome in. So we're going to ditch that diet. That's the number 1 tip that we're going to do, is we're going to ditch it. No more. You know, all my life I was, like I said, on a diet, off a diet, gained, lost, gained, lost. And then when I hit my 50s, I said, you know what, forget about it. I'm just going to be fat and happy the rest of my life. Well, the problem with that is that you get sick from eating bad food and from being overweight. You have all kinds of problems. So, but nobody likes to be on the diet. So we're going to ditch the diet. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is we're going to knock out the tea. You know, that tea from can't? We're going to just knock it out. You can. So here's how you apply that. You can have a piece of cake. What? No way! Yes, you can have a piece of cake. But here's how you think about that. I can have a piece of cake, but then you have 3 choices. Number 1 is I choose not to have the piece of cake, although I could have it, because I haven't had any snacks or any, You know, I haven't had any cake for a long time, so I could have it. I can, but number one, I choose not to. Number two, what I'm going to do is, instead of making a whole big cake and eating like a huge piece, I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to make, instead of a cake, I'm going to make cupcakes, and I'm just going to have one cupcake. That's it. One cupcake. I'm going to satisfy that craving for that piece of chocolate cake by having a cupcake instead of a huge gigantic piece of cake. That's number one. That's the second choice, which means that's called behavior modification, because what you're doing is you're making a choice to, yes, I can have that cake, but I'm gonna just do it in a little bit healthier way. And the third option is, yes, I can have that cake, but instead of having regular cake, I'm going to make myself one that is like gluten-free, or one that has, you know, doesn't use sugar. It has like coconut sugar or stevia or honey in it instead of regular sugar that's so not healthy for me. So that's how you can knock out that tea. You can have it. You're just going to make a choice of 3 different ways to have that cake. So hey, Brian, what I will tell you is this. I had a really huge win this last week, and I wanted to have a treat. So you know what I did? I went to the store, and instead of buying a half a gallon of ice cream, which is not healthy for us, and I didn't buy the favorite brand that we used to eat all the time because it's loaded with not good stuff for you. I bought a pint. And guess what? I took my little half-cup serving, dessert dish, and I put in just that amount of ice cream, one for me and one for my hubby, and guess what? There's still leftover ice cream in that pint. But that was our treat. And that's just an illustration of how you can knock out the tea. I can have the ice cream. Guess what? I did have the ice cream. But I also purchased a brand that is a little healthier. I purchased a brand called Halo Top, and that ice cream is not great, but it's a whole lot better than your normal, everyday brand in the store. So that is a way that you can knock out the tea. So then the third tip is that you just really need support and accountability. So let's talk about that just a little bit. So there are all kinds of diet programs out there where you have to count, you have to measure, you have to go for a weekly weigh-in, you have to, all these things, you have to subscribe to different foods. That's too much trouble, seriously. And where is the support and the accountability in all of that? Once a week you go in and you get weighed. Where's the support and accountability for that? Okay, so that's one thing. Another thing is, this last week there's another diet plan out there that says that it's for millennials because it's an app, and it talks about not being a diet but a behavior modification, and it's an app that you put on your phone. Guess what? I looked into that, and it looks like it might be very inexpensive, but the reviews from like almost every person that wrote a review said it's okay for the price to begin with, but by the time you add in all this other kind of stuff, that it costs like hundreds of dollars, and so people get pulled in. So it's called bait and switch. They pull you in telling you that it's cheap and inexpensive and all that kind of stuff, but you get no accountability, no coaching, none of that stuff without paying lots and lots and lots and lots of money. So That's what we're going to talk about as the answer to all of that. I actually have a club. It's called the Unconventional Foodie Club. So if you've been watching me and you've been seeing, you know, some of the great recipes that we cook on the show together, and you've been to my website and you've seen some of the great recipes that I have in there, what I'm here to tell you is today that I have a club called the Unconventional Foodie Club, and in that club, I guide my clients to step through all of that minefield of diet programs and help them learn how to, you know, make better choices, how to, you know, modify their behaviors, how to substitute ingredients to make a recipe from being unhealthy to being all of a sudden healthy and something that they can eat, food that their whole family will enjoy. And you know, it's the unofficial end of summer. People are, you know, kids are all back to school. So everybody's now starting to look ahead and think about the holidays. And how many times have you gone, you know, faced the holidays and said, well, okay, I lost all that weight, and guess what? Here comes the holidays again, and I'm going to gain another 15 or 20 pounds. And then come January 1st, I'm going to just have to go back on another diet to lose all that weight. Well, how about if this year was different? How about if this year you could start off January 1st being the very best you that you've ever been on January 1st? And that's what the accountability part is all about, because I go live in that group every week and answer questions. You have daily support. You can go into that group every single day, ask questions, get support, get answers. It's a judgment-free zone. It's a great group. I know that I have several of my members that are in here. Ellen, Halo Mint Chocolate Chip is exactly the one that I bought, and it is yummy. Kathy, number 2 is knock out the tea. So you can have a treat. It's just how you change and have it in a different way. So knocking out the tea is tip number 2, Kathy. So if that is something that you guys would all be interested in being a part of, put club in the comments, and I will absolutely give you the information so that you can come and join us in that club. I will tell you that it is very affordable. There are no hidden fees. I don't share your information with anybody. So you will have, and I will guide you all the way through. You know, this is it's a monthly thing, so you will be able to be in there for as long as you want to be, and I will guide you every step of the way to help you to make better choices, help you to do some behavior modifications. We also work on mindset and all kinds of things in that group. So it's an amazing group, and I know that a lot of the girls that are in the group are super loving it. Oh, and what I will tell you is I do have a member that I wanted to give a huge shout out to. I'm not going to mention a name, but she has done so amazing. She's been with me in the group for about a year now. She has lost almost 30 pounds. But you know what is even more impressive than that is that she's lost like 6 sizes in pants. How awesome is that? Because that's the other thing about diets. You know, everybody's all about the scale. And the truth is that the scale is like almost never your friend. And you can lose weight and it won't show up on the scale for a long time. And it's also something that you don't notice on yourself. So that's another way that you lose motivation, is because you don't see it working. You don't see the scale going down. You don't see it in your face. You don't see it in your body. The very best way to know that you're losing weight is your clothes. How do your clothes fit? Are they starting to get loose on you? Then guess what? You're losing weight. It doesn't even matter what the scale says. Did you know that? So I would love to have you guys come and join us in the Unconventional Foodie Club, and any of you who are in the club, if you want to give a little shout out as to how much you love the group, that would be awesome. You can actually come and get the information for the club by going to www.holistichappyliving.com/UFC, as in Unconventional Foodie Club. So I'd love to have you come and join us. You can certainly go and check out all the different perks. And something else that you'll get as an Unconventional Foodie Club member, I have an amazing 7-day meal plan where I have a menu, the meal plan, the recipes. There's recipes for every single one, and you get a shopping list, you get everything done for you, and it's amazing. And that is also one of the perks of it, of being in there. How much is the club? It is $37 a month. That's it. And you get all of those benefits, plus there's a whole lot more. And I will, if you just go to that website, and if somebody would be so kind as to type that in for me, it's www.holistichappyliving.com/UFC. So I would love to have you come and join us in there. So hopefully next week we'll be back to cooking again. I haven't cooked for a couple of weeks, so it's time for us to get back to cooking. And I think that from now through the end of the year, I'm going to start to add in some recipes and stuff that will help you as you start to plan for your holidays. So that will be another great thing for you guys. But just to recap, the 3 tips to real sustained weight loss and weight management are: number 1, ditch the diet. Tip number 2 is knock out that tea. You can. And tip number 3 is you really just need support and accountability. That is really the key when it comes to sustained weight loss and weight management, because there are so many things that surround, losing weight and maintaining a healthy weight and all that kind of stuff, that you just really need the support and accountability of other people who are doing the exact same thing. So, hey, Mike, welcome in. Oh, thank you for doing that for me, Ellen. I appreciate it. So, that being said, I hope you guys are having an amazing Thursday. Today's going to be pretty exciting. My Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles are starting their football season tonight. So, and they're saying we start tonight by playing the Atlanta Falcons, and apparently the Super Bowl is going to be in Atlanta this year. So what the buzz is around here is we're gonna start off by beating Atlanta, and we're to start off the year by beating Atlanta, and we're going to end off the year by being in Atlanta. So pretty exciting day here for us. So I hope you guys are having a great day. You have a great weekend planned, and I will see you right back here next Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, here's to your health. Bye-bye.